JJ, back at the Lotus Lounge. So it's October 17th, and Mercury and Jupiter will both be going direct as of the 18th. So some more big changes, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe those are the last two planets to go direct that have been in retrograde. There were 6 retrograde planets. I'm pretty positive Jupiter and Mercury are the last 2. So all the planets are direct at the moment. I could be wrong. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm pretty positive that's what I had read. So I wanted to talk today about the 144,000 souls, or whatever that means. And I wanted to kind of share some information that I have on that. But I had a dream the other night that this guy said, "It's your time to speak, but we ran out of time. So we'll have to have you talk another time about what you've been working on." And he started to talk about how I was doing the mudra work and working on the energy of your hands and how it seals in your energy. And so he brought up the mudras and said, "Yeah, I really want to hear more about what you've been doing with the mudras." So I just thought that was kind of cool that I had that dream a couple nights ago, and it just stands out to me and just makes me feel like I'm on the right path. So I have completed the root and the sacrum, and I do want to go back to the solar plexus because there's 3 more videos that I want to add for the mantra and mudras. And I actually made a mistake, which of course no one's perfect, and I did one of the mudras wrong, so I deleted that one, so I have to go back and fix it. And so I'm going to work on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it today or not, but I just thought that dream was pretty cool. So the human brain is the most advanced piece of technology that exists. It's like a computer. The brain runs on the subconscious programming. Unlike a computer, we have the ability to rewrite our own programs. We have the ability to experience emotion, empathy, love. We can connect with other people, just like nodes in a network. The brain also has the ability to communicate with divine intelligence by receiving downloads of information, just like a receiver. So the brain is very complex. And there's a lot more happening than we are aware of. So the Earth is a realm. It's not a planet. It's not an object. It has no edge. The Earth is easily defined as a system environment. It's a machine. It is a Tesla coil. The sun and moon are powered wirelessly with the electromagnetic field, the ether. The field also suspends the celestial spheres with electromagnetic levitation. Electromagnetic levitation disproves gravity because the only force you need to counter is the electromagnetic force, not gravity. The stars are attached to the firmament, and that's from Nikola Tesla, and we all know he's quite intelligent. I guess you could say a genius. Look not from the mind, but from the soul, for the life that is coming is already before us, waiting to open up the world. Just look more closely. Find the eyes to see from the first sight. So 144,000. The book of Revelation is about the 7 chakras. It mentions the number 7 55 times. 7 churches, 7 spirits, 7 letters, 7 lamps, 7 stars, 7 seals, 7 horns, 7 eyes, 7 angels, 7 trumpets, 7 heads, 7 crowns, 7 plagues, 7 bowls, 7 hills, 7 kings, 7 visions. The number 144,000 in the book of Revelation is also in regards to the 7 chakras. When taken literally, it represents the exact number of souls that will ascend to God. In Kundalini Yoga, they teach that each of the 7 chakras is frequency of light, energy, that can easily get blocked by negative emotions, negative thoughts during the course of our development. The symbol for the root chakra has 4 petals. The navel chakra, which is the sacrum, has 6. The solar plexus has 10. The heart chakra has 12. The throat chakra has 16, which equals 48. The third eye chakra is represented by the number 96, yet it only has 2 petals. This is because it is 2 times as powerful as the 5 lower chakras, which add up to 48. 2 times 48 equals 96. The crown chakra is said to be 1,000 times more powerful than the lower 6 chakras. So when you add up the lower 6, you get 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 16 plus 96, which equals 144. Then you times 144 by 1,000, hence 144,000. When you relieve yourself from karmic debt, self-judgment, you will emit the highest frequency of light and will no longer have to return to this realm of form. The 6th seal, the 144,000 sealed. So in Revelation 7, 1 through 4, after this I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth, that no wind might blow on earth or sea or against any tree. When I saw another angel ascending from the rising of the sun with the seal of the living God, and he called with a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm earth and sea, saying, "Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads." And I heard the member of the sealed 144,000, sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel. what is the 144,000? And what if it's actually about your DNA? The most popular theory about the biblical prophecy of the 144,000 might have a different meaning than we originally thought. Maybe it was never about this exact number of beings, but how unique genetically they are going to be. As we ascend into the fifth dimensional earth, the foundational structure of the body, DNA requires an upgrade to accommodate the expansion of consciousness into a quantum light body. As a result, we're going through an organic transformation of our DNA. The traditional biologic foundation of carbon-based two-strand DNA gradually merges and expands into a quantum crystal-based 12-strand DNA and beyond. The gradual emergence of crystalline DNA results in the transformation of the physical body from 23,000 gene expression into a 144,000 gene expression, the full capacity of the light body. This underlying structural shift creates the foundation for illumined human consciousness to reside in the light body anchored on earth. So, biblical 144,000 might actually be about the new superhuman race of the golden era on earth, which begins with you right now. The secret 144 cells. You may have heard about the 144, that being a divine number. In your thymus gland, you have 144 akinenic, A-K-E-N-E-N-I-C, akinenic cells. And what akinenic means is these cells cannot die. Basically, these cells are immortal. These cells are connected to the divine infinite source. There's an all-knowing wisdom here in the center of your chest. The thymus gland is the door between us and infinity. Everything in nature is a formula. Everything is a mathematical equation. When we're presented with falsehood, the formula is not complete, and it makes the thymus gland shrink. Anything that is truth opens it. Behind the thymus, there's 144 akinenic cells. Akin, A-K-E-N-E, is a Lemurian concept that means the essence of who we are. The electrons of these cells pass through the atomic core, creating an infinite loop, which means that the cells cannot die. They are immortal. The 144,000 are the gatekeepers of the collective unconscious. 144 frequency, the perfect harmonic speed of light of unity consciousness. It only takes a small population to affect change in consciousness of an entire civilization. It's estimated that currently only 10 to 15% of the population of Earth are enlightened. It only takes 144,000 sentient souls to establish a new paradigm of reality with its own indigenous frequency and dimensional plane of collective consciousness. And this is the Christ consciousness. The 144,000 is not a literal number of light workers, but a harmonic resonance of a state of consciousness, unity consciousness. Within each of us is a magnetic, feminine, and electric, masculine charge. When both charges reach 0 point through ascending stages of the psyche, a realm of thought, the merge of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy within the body takes place. This merge is the frequency of 144. So, the root has 4 petals, the sacral has 6, the solar plexus has 10, the heart has 12, the throat has 16, which equals 48. The third eye chakra is represented by 96, 48 times 2, and only has 2 petals because it's 2 times as powerful. The crown is said to be 1,000 times more powerful than the lower. So when you add the lower 6, you get the 144, and you times that times 1,000, the crown, and here we are, 144,000. It's a frequency, it's an energy. The 144,000 are the lotus petals of our chakra tree, representing our ascension to God. Our 1,000-fold crucifixion at 144,000 petals and ascension. That is on the side where we are connected. The blood-brain barrier creates into heaven at the right of God. So the connection to God, Spirit, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is through the chakras. The 144,000 are the gatekeepers of the collective unconscious. If you are one of the 144,000 light workers, there are 10 common traits. I'm going to run through them. If you experience any of these characteristics, you are one of the 144,000 prophesized light workers that will save the world. You are always identified with heroic characters, superheroes, and you still do even if you're an adult. You have a deep purpose that not a lot of people know about. You might not be sure yourself, but you just know you are meant for something bigger. You have an inner understanding about spiritual concepts, higher knowledge, and cosmic wisdom that feels natural to you. You have people, but you hate them you love people, but you hate them at the same time. And this is confusing. It's like you unconditionally love who they are at their core, but hate all the junk that's preventing them to shine, like their ego, addictions, illogical decisions, and negativity. You might have panic attacks and anxiety problems. You love animals and you feel deeply for the harm we do to them to satisfy our own needs. You can't stand injustice. You always try to lighten up the mood. If something is tense, you tell a joke. If someone is down, you do your best to cheer them up. If someone is asking for your help, you might go out of your own way just to help them. You tend to inspire others even if you're unaware of this. And you love to merge dualities into oneness, like science and spirituality, psychology and philosophy, technology and nature. So, this planet has been in a spiritual warfare for 27,000 years. The Cabal have no power. They are not a part of Source. So how did we end up here? The Cabal had one advantage over humanity, and that was their understanding of energy. After the fall of Atlantis, humanity was knocked down into amnesia and a deep delirium that allowed the darker forces to move in and take control. Their awareness of energy was hidden from the collective so that they would not remember that they are in fact the ones who hold the power. The only reason the Matrix is still standing, barely, is because it exists within each ego mind. By inserting fear into our consciousness, belief systems were created, and these belief systems shaped the way you see reality. We are all a part of Source, therefore we hold the power to create. Humanity has been manipulated into creating their own hell and the Cabal's heaven. 99% of beings on this planet unconsciously serve the Cabal, the darkness and the illusion on a daily basis and have no idea that they are doing it. So I thought this was pretty important, and I definitely wanted to share that. So, melanin is an essential cosmic spiritual composite found in all dark matter. Carbon is the basis for which all physical DNA is formed, which is composed of 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons. Beings, though you are of them, you are them, and can summon these forces and powers at will as a creator, alchemist, and sorcerer, or one who manipulated the source from which they are and dwell. one last thing in regards to energy. Clapping your hands has a miraculous benefit. When you clap your hands, you create a burst of vibrational energy from the impact and sound, which can cleanse negative energy. There's also secondary chakras, energy points in your palms, which get activated when clapped together. Do this and then raise them to the sky, acting as a light beacon of energy, signaling the divine realms. This is a hidden, ancient, spiritual practice. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'm here to help. You can find me jjlotustherapy.com, and I'm continuing to work on my healing videos. I have several different things I want to do. I'm going to do some mudras for anxiety, some mudras for overthinking, some mudras for depression. I really want to start connecting the mental health aspect of things with the spiritual concepts for healing and transmuting one's energy, because that's what we're here to do. And apparently I'm a gate worker, a gatekeeper, a gate worker, light worker, gatekeeper. So I'm a gate worker. Combine those two together. So check me out. Have a lot to offer, and I'm barely just now tapping into my gifts. So stay with me on this journey. It should be pretty interesting. We got a lot more coming up in the world around us, and I think people are going to be very surprised with what is to come. I am the lotus petals of the chakras is what creates who I am and who you are. I come from the mud. Working through the darkness, shining the light, the golden light of unity consciousness. Namaste.